sport tail bag from Viking Bags. First, the mounting method. This bag mounts with bungee straps. So it's got these bungee straps here underneath this panel. They're crisscrossed. And then you just stretch these bungee cords out and find a mounting point for them. The bungee cords are nice. They're coated in some type of plastic, so they're not going to give you any scratches. This pad unvelcros. Let me take a look over here. So it's got buckles here. Let me pop these out. This pad is theoretically to save any scratches or anything on your luggage rack or prevent you from doing any damage to your pillion. Now, why the straps are here, I don't know, the webbing, but the buckle is sort of concealed underneath this pocket. You can hear it. You could potentially keep a thermos in between these straps here, or some camp chairs. If you've ever seen like those folding tripod camp chairs, you could keep a couple of those. That this pad doesn't have anything to do with mounting it to the bike. We've just got these bungees here to connect to some hard parts on the bike. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside of the bag. Side pockets. I've still got the packing paper in there. That's how new the bag is. This second zipper is an expanding panel. We'll take a look at that in a second. We've got a couple of different pockets. This pocket here opens. You got this side pocket. That's a real deep pocket here on the inside. There's a couple of sleeves to hold pencils or pens. And then a mesh bag here for, I don't know, maybe change or business cards or something like that. On the inside, just some packing material, a shoulder strap. That mounts to these D-rings right here. And then you've got a shoulder strap for it if you want to take it off of your bike and carry it around like a backpack. And then the rainfly. Rainfly is supposed to be pretty good. We'll test that out for sure. So let's go ahead and measure that space real quick. About 11 inches side to side. Front to back is about 9 inches front to back. So then let's see what the size is like expanded. So come all the way around. Do the same on the other side. Push those panels out. So you can see just right there we've added quite a bit of space on the side. About 13.5 inches side to side with those panels expanded. So now let's go ahead and check out how much this thing weighs. So we've got our fish scale again. 3.7 pounds. We'll get this installed on the bike. We'll spend 4 weeks putting it through its paces. We'll get it wet, put some stuff in there, find out what we can cram inside it, and let you know how it performs. Okay, so we took all those measurements, but as you know, measurements can sometimes only tell half the story. I find that when I need storage on my bike, a lot of the times it's something practical, like groceries. So we're going to take a few different kinds of groceries, a few different types of dinners that you might be buying for your family or for just you and your significant other or just yourself, and see how they fit in the bag, and that'll really give you an idea for what fits in the bag and how big it is. So let's start with something super common. 2 gallons of milk. I do have it expanded. The zipper's a little tight, I'll give you that. 2 gallons of milk. Now, I wouldn't personally transport that much weight in this bag with the bag only attached to your bike with bungee straps, because I just feel like that's not going to secure the weight well enough, but they fit. And that's what we're talking about, is how big the bag is, what you can fit in it. Now how about 18 eggs? Piece of cake. Plenty of room for some bacon too. And we're just going to go ahead and run down the meter on this one. 2 ribeye steaks and a pound of shrimp. But we're adults too, so you got to have something to drink with dinner, right? Cinnamon whiskey. We here at Total Motorcycle would like to remind you that riding and drinking is a bad idea. Don't do it. The idea is to take the alcohol home with you and consume it there. There we go. A bag of frozen raviolis and some marinara sauce. And to drink, a bottle of wine. This right here, Bartonera Moscato, very good. A pound of ground beef and a box of hamburger helper. Of course, if you're eating hamburger helper, it's because you're saving for the finer things in life. Some Hennessy. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you'll see when new videos go live, and check out all the rest of our content over at www.totalmotorcycle.com. And a bottle of Hennessy. There you go. So now let's come all the way down. 6 packages of ramen and a 6-pack of cheap beer. Turn the beer sideways. That'll be funny. You turn the beer sideways, and then later the beer can turn you sideways. Takeout. But maybe groceries isn't always your thing. Let's talk about some camping gear. This is our clean kit. It's got a bunch of little pots and pans and stuff like that in there. This is our little micro stove, our burner. Blended fuel for the burner. Another burner, actually. This one's an even better one. Instant coffee. And then this collapsible drink cup. Silverware service for 2. Can opener. A little knife. Hamburger helper again. And a roll of frozen beef. Leave with it frozen. Be thawed by the time you get there. And a camp pillow. There you have it. So just wanted to show you real fast that chair strapped to the back. Just hook it in between those straps, and then you can cinch this tight. Keep that chair back there, depending on how the tailbag fits on your bike, if you have room back there. We tried with the bedroll, wasn't happening. No. I wasn't able to get the bedroll between those straps, but you can still strap it to the top of the bag or whatever you wanted to do. How about some more practical stuff? Full-size tool roll. And a spare hoodie. There you have it. Full face helmet for a passenger? Nope, not gonna go in there. Half helmet all day long. And then the last question we have to ask, of course, in honor of COVID-19, how many rolls of toilet paper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rolls of toilet paper. Aw, aw, aw. Let's take this bag and put it on a couple of different types of bikes. See how it mounts up, installs, whatever you want to call it. Here we've got Carrie's Ninja Kitsune. So it's got this little hook right here. And there's one on the other side. And that's really all there is to connect to. Alright. So that doesn't work. That works. So you can see here we've got both of the bungees hooked over that mounting point on this side and on the other side. I mean, it's not going anywhere. If I grab it and pull on it, because of the direction that the bungees face and the directions that those brackets face, I can't really stretch it across the underside of the bike and hook the straps on this side to that bracket and the straps on that side to this mounting point, because they just don't face the right way. It works. Definitely seems a little flimsy for trying to run around with anything even approaching heavy in that bag. Okay, so that's the Ninja. Let's get out something else and see how it goes. So just now this little protective tab on the tip of the bungee cord hook came off. Be careful with that. The tip of these will give you a scratch if you're not careful. So I would put like a dab of super glue in those and then stick them back on there. I don't know why they don't do that to begin with, but I would do that if I were using this bag permanently. So here's Chimera versus 650. I do have an aftermarket saddle on this, a Corbin. I've got the passenger backrest on it. So that'll make it somewhat of a different installation. You can see different from the Ninja. I've got a lot of substructure here that I can mount to. Of course, it's the sport tail bag. And anybody who wants to argue with me that the Versus hasn't got plenty of sport, I'll fight you. But again, maybe a little more adventure style or adventure type. Okay. And this here. Yeah, that works. Maybe down to that. And that is real secure. I do want to know if it's going to interfere with sitting on the bike. So let's go ahead and throw a leg over real fast. Nope, that's plenty good. So it doesn't hit up against my back. I could ride like this all day. Yes, the Versus is pretty tall. I thought about it all night. Reflected on it, this tail bag and the mounting, and I realized that I could do it like this. So let me show you. So here I've got the straps crossing underneath the tailpiece and connecting to each other. I always hesitate to put stuff in this area just because I don't like giving up any clearance underneath the fender, but I think it's okay, and this bike already has a fender eliminator anyway. And it's not going anywhere. And if you look, I mean, it is on there. I moved the whole bike messing around with it. So, we're going to throw some stuff in there today, take it for a spin, see how it holds up. I don't think it's going to move at all. Let's look at some still photos of the tail bag while I'm testifying. I put a lot of miles on the Ninja with this bag strapped to the back. In it, I carried a full-size tool roll, a full set of rain gear, a spare hoodie, and assorted odds and ends in the office organizer, wallet, keys, business cards like that. It never shifted or slid around on me, even in some technical canyon roads, and I couldn't be happier. And I don't have to tell you how convenient it is to be able to carry some stuff around with you on your bike. You already know what you're hoping to carry around. It's an attractive, well-made bag with chunky zippers and good stitching. Construction is very upscale, especially at this price point, $89.99 US. I'm not overly impressed with the mounting method though. Bungee straps should be an attachment of last resort, and a bag like this really ought to have cinch straps with clips that thread under the pillion. Call that the gold standard. There's more to give me pause about this bag too besides the subpar mounting method. There are some components of the bag that just don't make a lot of sense. Enough so that it calls into question the overall business structure over at Viking. There's also some discrepancies between the marketing materials presented by Viking Bags and the product itself, which is a huge red flag, and there were some issues with the shipping too. I go into a lot more detail in the article over on Total Motorcycle, so if you want the full scoop, find the link in the video notes and read the complete review. In the end, I can only award this bag 3 out of 5 stars, the Total Motorcycle Silver Award. I want to see Viking Bags tighten up their game because they're so close to something great.